On Star Stop today, we got one of the most celebrated actors as far as performance is concerned. Vikrant Massey joins me. He's got a fantastic star cast, Sanya Malhotra, as well as Bobby Deol. Love Hostel, releasing online. Brother, thank you so much for joining me. All right, this man, इतना talent है यार, मुझे कई बार लगता है भगवान properly यार वो distribute नहीं करता है. ये सच बात है. But इतना सहमा हुआ है, इतना grounded है, इतना particular है. विक्रांत मैसी साहब, thank you so much हमें join करने के लिए.
Thank you, Salil, for having me on your show. It is always a lovely, heartwarming feeling talking to you, यार.
यार because क्या है ना मैं performance का बड़ा fan हो जाता हूँ. And you know, earlier when I used to meet actors, when they were good actors, good performers, लेकिन appreciation सिर्फ box office के आंकड़ों से होता था ना, या फिर अगर बड़े 2-4 producer ने बोल दिया, they used to also feel really like यार कब मेरा time आएगा. Thanks to OTT platforms, thanks to so much of social media, great performances need no time now. So, you know, even as a performer, I remember when you made the jump from TV to film also, it could have gone horribly wrong for you. When you look back, अब कितने साल हो गए? 7 years तो हो गए, right?
8 साल हो गए.
Unbelievable. You look back, could you have scripted it better? What do you have to say about your own film script?
I would not want to change even a bit of it. I couldn't have written it better. Neither would I want to change anything about whatever has happened in my life, is because I am what I am because of each day I've lived, the way it's been. And I'm very happy. I'm really happy, really thankful, really hopeful also that, you know, there will, people will still continue to support me. And yeah, they've really been supportive. Like 18 years of non-stop work, 10 years of television, 8 years in films, and they've been so persistent. They've been so patient along with me in my journey. I think I wouldn't have been here without them. So,
and you look the same, huh? अभी तुमने 18 साल बोला है, you Benjamin Button चल रहा है तुम्हारा. But you know what? I remember meeting Konkana, and you know, as a director, as a performer, yeah, but as a director, she's a very exacting person. Then मेघना गुलजार, बड़े-बड़े लोग, वो होता है जैसे एक विश लिस्ट रहती है लोगों को दिखाने के लिए, रिपोर्ट कार्ड में बड़े नाम होने चाहिए, है ना? You are a favorite with all these people, and I think that helped a lot. As an actor, for telling the people in the industry that, look, I can carry a film on my own. Was a life-changing moment Death in the Gunj for you? Did that change everything after that, or Chapak?
Death in the Gunj, definitely. I even got Chapak because of Death in the Gunj. मुझे याद है जब Death in the Gunj आई थी तो मेघना जी reached out to me and she really appreciated my work and said, you know, Vikrant, I really want to work with you. After she saw Death in the Gunj. So whatever has happened in my life is because of Death in the Gunj. I would have been doing TV probably now, or probably I would have been
OTT shows,
or probably something else. You know, I don't know. Maybe I would have quit acting. There was दिमाग में भी आ रहा था मेरे बीच में. You know कि I'll go back to TV जाके करूँगा क्या? मतलब ठीक है. You know, money. वो पहले के 4-5-6 साल था कि you know लैपटॉप खरीद लिया, फिर गाड़ी खरीद ली, फिर घर खरीद लिया. फिर उसके बाद ये सारी चीजें कर ली. उसके बाद ऐसा लगा कि अरे यार अब ये सब तो हो गया, अब क्या करना है. तो बहुत सारी चीजें उस टाइम पे चल रही थी.
लैपटॉप जो तुमने बोला ना, ये किसी की विश लिस्ट में नहीं होता ब्रो.
मेरी विश लिस्ट में था. आई हैड टू गेट अ लैपटॉप फॉर माय सेल्फ. मैं साइबर कैफे जाता था, 30 रुपए देता था आधे घंटे के. आई सेड कि मुझे अपना लैपटॉप चाहिए यार खुद का. तो फिर वो सब कर लिया मैंने आहिस्ता आहिस्ता करके. देन आई सेड कि क्या करूं यार, मतलब पैसा तो इतनी खुशी अब दे नहीं रहा है. अब तो ऐसा लग रहा है कि यार, you know, or even you know, we've spoken about this.
Yes, of course.
For all the people who don't know this thing, Salil bhai and I go back way long, way long.
And I'll tell you actually, वो दिन भी जब इससे मिला था, of course he's already a very big television star. I had moved away from television. मैं shows की dubbing भी करता था. TV serials में dubbing की आवाज भी मैं दे देता था. और वहाँ पे विक्रांत was there, and तभी भी I remember used to watch so carefully the end product that was being given across. Film actors, yes, but TV actors नहीं दिखाते थे. And I think that's shown across. You know, I was speaking to Taapsee as well. You know, in spite of sometimes so much of the criticism that comes where she does similar kind of work. आप वही करते जा रहे हो. Now, you know, you all have, she's got Loop Lapeta releasing, you've got Love Hostel releasing. Both of you last year were part of one of the most successful films online. And there again, you know, difficult to gauge, but now with streaming numbers and all, does it ever affect you when you see such millions and millions of streams? तो लोगों का फोन आता है, bro, most watched तुम्हारी फिल्म थी.
It feels good. It definitely feels good. Honestly, we knew what we had with Haseen Dilruba in hand, but with the numbers that came out, we were also kind of shocked, pleasantly shocked. It feels good, but I really like whether it is box office or whether it is your streaming numbers or whether Instagram followers. Matlab, I'm not a fan of numbers, yeah. I don't. My statistics are the way I sort of analyze data is different than the general way it is done. I believe in longevity and archival value. So if my films have archival value, if say for example, say 10 years down the line, if you still feel the way you felt when you watched Death in the Gunj when it released, that's success for me. So
No, I feel in every way, even in Lutera and all, यार ऐसी कोई पिक्चर ही नहीं है जहाँ पे you've not killed it.
matter of fact, Lutera is a classic. It
Yeah,
has an
yeah, yeah.
archival value. There are people who still watch it every day, and there are messages that keep pouring in for Lutera also even today. So they make you feel good, of course, but then I really don't focus on that. I mean, it is a boost, but it is not the only criteria that you can probably gauge your work on. That's what I feel.
We'll take a short break and come right back. Don't go anywhere. The incredibly talented Vikrant Massey in the house with me. Before you Star Stopper, आप सभी का स्वागत. You're with me, Salil, and of course, I've got one of the most exciting characters, actors, thespians that we have, Vikrant Massey in the house with me. Love Hostel, his new film with Bobby Deol and Sanya Malhotra. Brother, thanks again for joining me. But there is one thing, you've not allowed yourself for the trappings of changing your basic structure, even externally. I think that has also worked very well for you. बहुत सारे लोग का क्या होता है ना, एक stardom वाला, you start looking less vulnerable. मुझे याद है वो सैडनेस वाली लुक जो लुटेरा वाली थी, उसके बाद वो व्हाट वाज दैट बोट वाली फिल्म विद रणवीर, आई फॉरगेट, द मल्टी स्टार कास्ट फिल्म,
दिल धड़कने दो.
दिल धड़कने दो, दैट वाज आल्सो ब्रिलियंट. आई थिंक दैट इनोसेंस हैज स्टेड. आई मीन, इज देयर समथिंग दैट you've stayed away from capitalism and moving socialism, social feeds, which is why you're able to maintain the innocence? Because एक एक्टर में वो दिख जाता है, पका हुआ एक्टर जिसे बोल देते हैं, आंखों में दिखने लग जाता है, तुम्हारे में नहीं दिखता है. तो is there something, or is that just the craft that you're following? So many of my friends and followers have always asked me that question about you.
It's a very good question, yeah. Maybe I'll offend someone, or I'm definitely यहाँ पे तो वैसे ही सब किसी ना किसी चीज पे offend हो ही जाते हैं. But maybe I'll end up offending some people here, but I excuse me for that. I think it's been two things. I really don't know. I'm still figuring it out, and nobody's actually ever asked me this question. So I'm also processing as you've asked me, as I'm going to reply right now. But two things I've very consciously shied away from is absolute submission to accolades. That is one thing that I've completely, very consciously shied away from. I know accolades keep coming your way, but that is not the end product of it.
Correct.
I would not want to rest with a few good reviews and a few good awards here and there, or even just general accolade. I think people have fish memory. I think people tend to forget easily. And so I don't take accolades or these things very seriously, because I recognize that it's all very temporary. And secondly, probably the hunger to bridge the disparity between real and real. I think from where I come, or from the world I belong to, I think they are not represented at all. Their stories are not represented. Their voices are not heard enough. And though in conventional terms, I may have become successful, because success today is fame, car, money, bank balance. But the idea is to bridge that disparity between the real world and the real world. And probably that hunger is still alive, that a lot is still to be done. Yeah, maybe that is probably the reason that I still, or you still feel that this guy has unfinished business to do.
But it works. That innocence is working. You got a guy with you who I think found himself as a performer, the hunger, Bobby Deol. He went through a metamorphosis. Or another actress who I feel is so beautiful, underutilized, such a powerful performer, Sanya. जब वो डांस करती है Instagram पर, तो my heart flutters. Why यार क्या नाच दिया, performer भी इतनी strong है. So this must have been a real blast. Bobby also is like a real sponge. He's been soaking in for the last 2-3 years. Just the atmosphere on set.
It was fantastic. It like for Sanya and me both, it was like a complete fanboy fangirl moment because we've grown up watching his film, you know. चाहे फिर वो soldier हो या फिर गुप्त हो, all his films, बिच्छू, I mean we've all seen all of it, right? And it was a fanboy moment. But with regards to Sanya, you're bang on. She's for me, she's the most gifted actor I have worked with. In 18 years of my work, the only person so receptive, so gifted just by nature, I think, or probably, I don't know, I don't want to take her credit away, but she's gifted.
Yeah.
I've never seen somebody move eyebrows so effortlessly when she'd done a film with Ayushmann also. I was just like, sometimes some people captivate you on screen. She has that magnetic personality. Bobby Deol is...
Captivating personality overall, Salil bhai.
Yeah.
Bobby Deol तो है good looking, मतलब वो लंबे बाल, छोटे बाल, he's like Adonis, Greek god type रहते हैं, And I think this combination casting was brilliant. I've not even seen the film.
We are all very proud of the call we took for Bobby sir in the sense that, you know what, Bobby sir is going to kill it. And I think I have to give this to him because what he did in Ashram and what Ashram did,
Yes,
in terms of numbers overall, it's there for all to see. It was one of the largest series for that particular year.
Yeah, and he's come back into public consciousness. How? I always asked him, I remember asking him this also when he's making a comeback, and that time I think Race was when Salman sir was bringing him back. I said, do you have stage fright for reinventing yourself? नए लोगों के सामने. He said, absolutely bro, I was not feeling physically fit and all. He worked out and all, he came back. For even actors like you who carry this, unfortunately you'll carry the baggage of, अरे बहुत तगड़ा performer है. Is the first take always nervous? The first take of the film, new film?
Always. No, not the first take. Maybe even like, see, I generally, and a lot of people don't like me for this, but I rehearse a lot. मैं बहुत rehearse करता हूँ. मतलब, producer दे रहा है आपको इतना पैसा और इतना time दे रहा है तो ढंग से काम करो ना फिर. मतलब आपको फिर 2 हफ्ते भी देता है आपको workshop करने के लिए, सारी चीजों के लिए. So when I'm opening up or probably finding new parts for the first time is when I'm very, very nervous. But वो first take के पहले 10 rehearsal हो चुके होते हैं तो वो मतलब वो पहले rehearsal के 2-3 takes में nervousness होती है. पर take में भी होती है, पता है. Actually you're right. Somewhere down the line it is there, but definitely वो तो fade out हो ही जाती है from your first rehearsal take to your first actual take. But nervousness होती है.
So have you started surprising yourself? A lot of actors after a while, they know their own feel. मैं ये कर सकता हूँ. This is my comfort zone. I'm being able to pull this.
I have to actually share this anecdote with you. So विधु विनोद चोपड़ा सर जो हैं, वो कहते हैं कि हर एक्टर का ना एक खाचा होता है अपना. एक्सप्रेशन नंबर 264, एक्सप्रेशन नंबर 110, एक्सप्रेशन नंबर 9, और ये हो जाता है. ये कहीं ना कहीं हो जाता है बिकॉज आप बाय द एंड ऑफ इट आउटर बॉडी एक्सपीरियंस तो क्रिएट नहीं कर सकते ना अपने ही साथ.
correct.
आज अगर मैं ही शूटू प्ले कर रहा हूँ, मैं ही बबलू प्ले कर रहा हूँ, तो मैं ही आशू भी प्ले कर रहा हूँ. सो मेरी पर्सनैलिटी ट्रेट्स तो आनी है उसमें. बट हाउ डू यू डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन ईच कैरेक्टर्स? दैट इज द चैलेंज.
Correct.
और वो एक्सप्रेशन 124 लेके नहीं आना है. And he's so right about it. He's like, you constantly have to keep learning and unlearning at the same time. मतलब आप अगर अपना ग्लास भर ही रहे हो तो अगर आप कोई चीज एक जगह भर रहे हो तो दूसरी जगह खाली करनी जरूरी है for that new thing to make space.
Do you have a process to that? I know a lot of actors. I remember when I was doing, when I do radio, when I do podcasts, I don't listen too much to others. Then I feel I'll get influenced. So as an actor, do you do that? Do you not try to watch a lot of other performances? Or maybe contemporaries or even outside?
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of things. I don't watch ready-made served things to me. That's the reason I like reading a book. Because you and I could be reading the same book in the same room, but have completely different points of views towards it, or the way we visualize it. So that is something, that is an exercise. वो मैं करता रहता हूँ, which has now become a part of my life or become my lifestyle now. तो मैं ready-made दी हुई चीजें नहीं देखता हूँ. Especially I detest directors and I've faced many of them जो सुबह आप सेट पे तैयार होके आए हो with the hope that कि चलो आज करेंगे काम, अपनी जिंदगी के 12 घंटे दोबारा आप दे रहे हो किसी चीज को, तो कुछ नया क्रिएट करें, कुछ करेंगे. देन देयर आर डायरेक्टर्स राइट इन द मॉर्निंग, सुबह 6-6:30 बजे आप आए हो और वो आपको सामने ना आईपैड ला के रख देते हैं कि ये करना है.
अच्छा.
कोई हॉलीवुड की फिल्म लेके आते हैं, कोई कोरिया की फिल्म लेके आते हैं, सामने ला के रख देते हैं और बोलते हैं कि आज हम ये करने वाले हैं.
अच्छा.
तो क्या कर सकता है आदमी वैसे तो. बट आई हेट डूइंग दैट. सो ऑडियो विजुअल से मैं बहुत ज्यादा इन्फ्लुएंस हो जाता हूँ. आई ट्राई क्रिएटिंग माई ओन थिंग्स, और and not that it works all the time. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it's a lovely experience, na. Then you pick it up.
नहीं चल रहा है. नहीं सब सब चल रहा है यार. इन योर केस चूक बहुत कम हुई है. इनफैक्ट जब पहली बार मैंने इस फिल्म का टाइटल भी सुना था, मेरे दिमाग में था हॉस्टल क्या होता है. हॉस्टल फॉर मी इज अ स्कैरी फिल्म. मार धार गोर कट ऑल दिस. एंड देन व्हेन आई सेड अरे बॉबी इज इंटरेस्टिंग, सो इज देयर अ लॉट ऑफ ब्लड.
There is a lot of blood and mayhem.
Ah.
There is a lot of it, but that is not the only identity of the film. There are a lot of other things in the film. The film talks about two people who are madly in love with each other. The film also talks about their survival against all odds, and then you have the character which Bobby Sir is playing, which in some ways you can say it sort of signifies metaphorically the world around us. So it's a lot, it's a love story, it's an edge of the seat thriller, it's an action packed film, but by the end of it, when you walk out of that film, it's a film that makes you think and feel. Yeah.
Now I'm going to watch it for sure. You are one of those tick mark. You better not disappoint in the coming 5 years. क्योंकि भाई मैं टिकट वाली पेइंग ऑडियंस हूँ, फ्री वाली नहीं देखने जाता. मैं तेरे लिए मैं रिव्यू वाली नहीं देखने जाता हूँ. I go and pay. Thank you, sir. Take care. And that's what COVID does. Some films, big production house, Red Chillies, could have come, in the theaters about a year back. Now it doesn't seem conducive, but it's right. It's coming online and it works really well. I'll catch you again soon. You want to see Vikrant in action? Go watch The Love Hostel. Bye-bye and take care.